Welcome back. Well, they copped everything the Aussie outback could throw at them. Literally drought and flooding rain. A gritty group of trekkers covering 250 gruelling Ks through the desert, driven by a cause very close to their hearts.
The Channel Country in full flood. It's one of the most spectacular sights you'll ever see in this sunburnt country of ours. As floodwaters bring devastation, followed by a spectacular transformation of this dusty corner of the Australian outback. This is Birdsville in far western Queensland, one of the most remote places in all of Australia where the flies will nearly carry you away. But along with the grey nomads flocking in to view the Channel Country bursting to life are a hardy group of volunteers about to emerge from a brutal trek across the desert. 13 trekkers are slowly making their way into town on the final stretch of 9 long days through the Mungathiri-Simpson Desert. How sore are you feeling right now on this last stretch?
At the moment when I'm walking it's right, but as soon as I stop,
Trouble. They've faced every extreme of Australia's weather over this gruelling 250 kilometre trek. How's the body holding up?
Look at him. My gait's a bit off.
An old footy injury flare-up has tested Sean Munro's endurance. Luckily, he has best mate Patrick by his side. Best mates?
We are.
You still best mates?
Yeah. Even later.
Burke and Wills died not too far from here, but these modern-day explorers had to deal with an unexpected desert challenge: cold, driving rain.
Mate, the rain's out there, it's cold, it's wet, it's muddy, you're pulling your feet through it, it's pretty tough. You go to that place where you've just got to think about why we're doing it and the people we're doing it for.
They're doing it for the charity Young Care, with the trek now in its 9th edition.
Yeah, Young Care!
We're doing it for one thing. We're doing it for that flag that's sitting there in front of us, for Young Care, and that's why we're all here.
Stuart Owen is one of those undertaking the difficult journey, inspired by his nephew Sam, who has cerebral palsy.
He's just turned 30 and is at that age now where he's ready to get out of the house, and Young Care is the perfect solar facility for him.
Until Young Care came along, young people living with complex physical disabilities were most likely housed in aged care facilities. Now people like Sam have an option to live in purpose-built accommodation with 20 homes spread around Australia.
These kids who are young and they don't need the aged care help, they need Young Care help.
And that's what inspired Stuart to pack his bags and head for Birdsville on a life-changing experience.
As a group, we've all got there. Some people have hurt, but we've all got the end of the days and we've all started the next day. And
welcomed back into civilization at the historic Birdsville pub. For some, this moment released a flood of emotion. Most desperate for their first beer in weeks, trying not to swallow too many flies.
the flies are a challenge. They're a mental challenge, the flies, and they were horrendous.
It's the 6th time Trek leader Matthew Boyd has completed the event, but this was the hardest.
We've had the most flies I've ever seen. We've had the most water in the desert that I've ever seen. We've had the first day where we've actually walked in a desert in cold pouring rain that we've never done before in any of the treks.
Water and mud was not in the brochure.
Huddling into tents at night amid the pouring rain made the plummeting desert temperatures even harder to handle for Wendy Jones.
It was an incredible experience and probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
How cold did it get out there?
It was freezing. It was freezing.
Freezing, but also breathtaking. Trekking through country that's usually dusty and brown, now transformed into a green oasis. Scaling 40-metre high sand dunes, one of the hardest challenges. Cheered on by a dedicated support crew awaiting on top, along with a spectacular scene to take in.
I mean, every time we popped over a sand dune, there was just these wow moments. You'd come over a sand dune and it would just be 2 to 3 kilometres of just open green plains, which you just never get to see.
Well, good on your legends. The only thing better than that magnificent scenery is the outcome. They raised close to $600,000 for young care. I reckon worth all those flies.